Yeah.
Go.
Hello and namaskar everyone. Myself Saif Somnath Dalal. I'd like to thank Amul for giving me this nice opportunity to make a simple dish based on paneer. So today I'm going to make a dish paneer do pyaza. Basically this paneer do pyaza is a non-veg dish. Usually we make it from chicken, which is called a chicken do pyaza or mutton do pyaza. But today in this show I'm going to prepare a dish which is made of paneer. We call it a do pyaza. Why? Because the dough, two times we use this onion. One is finely chopped onion, which is used for gravy preparation, the base of the dish, and the second one is the cubes or flakes of the onion, which is being sauteed and served on top of the dish. So let's start the preparation. So basic mise en place, basic requirement for this paneer do pyaza. The main ingredient, the principal ingredients is paneer. I'm using Amul paneer here. A nice cream paneer, which will be cut it into small rectangular shape. I'll show you first of all the cutting part of this paneer. Just trimmed off the side part. Even at home you can go with all this paneer, no need to trim it off. So we'll go with this rectangular shape. You can go for a small dices also. So nice shape of this rectangular will be deep fried and we'll use in the gravy. Now the next is I'll show you the next major ingredients is onion, chopped onion. So how to make a fine chopped onion. So just take the whole onion here. Keep this hard part towards your side. Go for a fine slicing without separating. After two division, go for a fine chopping. You can use onion paste also, raw onion paste. Some people they use boiled onion paste also. It depends upon you. Like if you use boiled onion paste, you will get a smooth texture, but the color and taste will vary from this chopped onion. Chopped onion will add you a sweet flavor, sweet and light brown color to the gravy. Brown onion paste can be used also. The other part of the onion, so do pyaza's number one onion is chopped one, number two onion I'll go for a flakes. So here I'll just separate the heart from this onion and just simply cut it half and separate the flakes. Easy to remove. I've already done this flakes here. So this type of flakes which will be fried and served on the dish. Now the other ingredients, the oil we are using, we have red chili powder, we have coriander powder, we have cumin powder, we have turmeric powder, we have garlic paste, garam masala powder, tomato paste, ginger paste, salt, kasuri methi and whole garam masalas we use for the taste and flavor. Of course, the initial starting with this bay leaf and cumin seed we'll use here. Now before starting this, I'll just broil this kasuri methi. The taste of this do pyaza kasuri methi, it plays a vital role in this dish. So I'm going to broil this one. So which helps to releasing the aroma. You get a strong aroma of this kasuri methi. Kasuri methi, the fresh methi Usually it's very popular, and kasuri methi is popular in Punjabi dishes. So this is one of the strong aromatic herbs of Indian cuisine. So I'm getting a nice flavor. So this broiling or this roasting will helps to crush it properly. It's become hard, and you can make a smooth powder. So I'm using my hand to make it a powder here. So it will not comes between the teeth, otherwise you'll get a bitter taste. So as per my requirement, this is enough. So kasuri methi is ready here. My next job is to start the gravy, but before that I will just saute this onion, then I'll start the gravy here. Add some little more oil. So no need to add too much of oil, otherwise this will burn or it will become oily. Allow the oil to reach its proper temperature. The other side, I will just check this temperature of the oil where I am going to fry the paneer. Let it be hot a little bit more. Well, I'll start the frying of paneer. Just add a few numbers of paneer, don't add too much of paneer, otherwise the oil temperature will be reduced and there will be a chances of breaking and absorbing the oil by the paneer. So here you can see that this much of paneer I have added for first lot, and I have taken some water here and I'll put the salt. So this salt water will not allow to harden the protein, because once this dairy protein comes in contact with the head, it strings, so it's become chewy and rubbery. So if you put it in a salted water, it's become relaxed, the protein become relaxed, and it will get a very soft, creamy texture in the paneer. So that's why this process can be done, and you're not supposed to color all the side, just the edge side we color and we'll take it out. So just fry this much of color, don't make it too dark, and just dip it in the water. and just leaving it in the water for 5 to 10 minutes, not more than that. Then you have to take it out from this salted water. So meanwhile, I'll get ready my second lot of paneer to fry. Take another plate of water. Put the water here. Again, you add some salt. Now I'll start frying the flakes, onion flakes. The oil is hot enough. Take the paneer also in between. Fry it till become translucent. So I'm just getting ready my strainer to drain off the excess oil. This is enough. No need to fry much. Don't get the color of this onion. Till the translucent, you just fry it. Okay, the next is to start the gravy. I have a bay leaf. Just tear the bay leaf a little bit. I have cumin and reduce the flame. Temperature is approx 500 degree. And then I'm getting ready my this chopped onion. So I'll put this the whole garam masala, that is clove, cardamom, green cardamoms, and finally you add chopped onion here. Stir it till it's become translucent and becomes soft. Now, meanwhile, I'm just getting ready the tomato. So this tomato puree I'm using. I'm also using a little bit of chopped tomato, which will be de-seeded first. Or in Indian cuisine, you can use seed also. Sometimes most of the Indians they prefer with seeds. So here you can go with seeds also. I'll show you that. Just go for a fine chopping. You have to be careful about this onion. Now I will add a little bit of garlic paste and ginger paste. Allow it to cook. So meanwhile I'll get ready this tomato, chopped tomato here. I'm using this pulp also. Okay, gradually I'll add this dry masalas. I'm adding a little bit of coriander powder, half a spoon of cumin powder, half a spoon of haldi powder, and then again you start stirring it. Just increase the temperature. A little bit of salt I sprinkle to get the onion softer. So onion will release water and it's become softer and it will cook faster. So while you fry the onion or use chopped onion for gravy, you add a pinch of salt, which helps to enhance the flavor, which helps to soften the onions and become very tender. So that I've started getting the flavor, because the salt acts as a very good catalyst for enhancing the flavor. Now I'm going to add the chopped tomato. Continuously stir it. So in do pyaza, we are using chopped tomato, we are using tomato puree. In some cases, we can use curd also. So it's very like recipe to recipe. The using of ingredients sometimes varies. So some people they prefer to use curd. So here I'm not using curd, I'm using only tomato puree and tomato, the fresh seasonal tomato, which adds the taste as well as It has been cooking for 5 to 7 minutes. Now I am going to add the chili powder, the Kashmiri chili powder, which adds color to the dish. Not too much, otherwise it will be too hot and spicy. So a nice color will come. Then I'll add tomato puree. It is for color, for taste, for consistency. So you can say it is for all purpose. We can use this tomato paste and puree. Just cook it for some time. So you can see the oil is separating from the masala. So now I'm going to add water to get a proper consistency of the gravy. I'll not go for a curry type, it will be a thick coating consistent product. So just to cook the tomato and to infuse the flavor properly, so I've added a little bit of water here, and I'll just finally I'll set the seasoning. So you can see a nice color, so red orange color because of the tomato and turmeric powder. Now the gravy has been cooking around 5 to 7 minutes. Just I'll check the consistency. Okay, a little bit more cooking is required. Now meanwhile, I will drain this paneer water. So we'll see the softness of the paneer. Here also. If your gravy is ready, paneer, this is it takes hardly 15 minutes to complete. The gravy hardly takes 20 minutes, along with including the mise en place, cutting, chopping. Okay, now finally I'll add the magic powder, which twists the taste and flavor of the do piazza, that is the kasuri methi, a broiled kasuri methi. I'm adding here. Mix it. Now I'm going to add the paneer here. Carefully you add the paneer, let's not break. So now the paneer, I'll leave it for some time to absorb the flavor, gravy flavor by the paneer, and just for 3-4 minutes. And finally, you just remove this bay leaf. I'll add the garam masala at the end, because otherwise the flavor will evaporate if you add it at the beginning. You can make one additional, like you can add green chilies instead of red chili also, which adds a additional flavor into it. So the paneer is done. I'm going to do the plating of the paneer. It is now the dish is ready. It can be served with rice and paratha, chapati. So today I'm serving with a nice paratha, fresh paratha. So this is my presentation plate with a small paratha basket. So I have a nice paratha, lachha paratha. I'll go for a small triangular or cone shape. It can be presented. So it's up to you, like how you like to present it. You can go for a small size, you can half it, you can crush it and just present it on a direct plate. So it's up to you, like how you'd like to present it. So after this placement of the parathas, now I am going to present the paneer. So I have this black base plate where I will present this paneer here. So just at home also you can present it in a restaurant like. So nowadays you will get the restaurant service at home. It is nothing like just simply placement of the paneer. There is no as such rocket science. So I am using a total 8 pieces here. On top I will put the gravies. So the final twist with the tomato, I'll go for a tomato rose. I'll just make a small tomato rose with skin. It's a very easy method. Everyone use it. I'm not going for any complicated carving here. And this pulp, tomato pulp, can be used for next days. Any other dishes which you prefer to do it, you can use as a puree, as a paste. I'll go with coriander leaves here. Of course, I'll use little bit of the main do piazza, like chopped onion and the flakes onion, which is used for garnish purposes, and it adds an additional flavor, like when you bite paneer along with this onion, sauteed onion. It can be used directly in the gravy also, but here I am not using it. I just used for, like, otherwise it will be too much. It can be present in a different way. And finally, I'll use lemon wedge. It is optional things, like you can use lemon wedge or not. It can be used with lemon or just a chili. So this is today's paneer do piazza with paratha. Paneer do pyaza and paratha for you all. Thank you. Namaskar.